Hello, welcome back to this channel. My name is Juliet, and in today's tutorial I'll show you how I made this beautiful cardigan. It's very easy to make. You can always resize it to whatever size that you want. So let's see the sketch. So guys, this is how the crochet sweater is going to look like. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 panels that we need to be making. So we have the back panel and then the two front panels that should be somewhere here in the front, right? And then this is going to be the neckline, and then we have the two sleeves. So to begin, we're going to start with a simple slip knot. So you make a slip knot, tighten it, and then we're going to make the foundation chain of the back panel. So actually the back panel we are working, the foundation chain is going to be this side here and not this side, okay? So we're going to chain 75, 1 2 3. This is actually going to be the length of the sweater from your shoulders to your waist or your hips. So you can make a foundation chain to be the size that you want. So mine is going to be 75, okay? So I have gone ahead and made 75, so plus 1, and then we're going to start with making slip stitches. So in the first 10 stitches we're going to make slip stitches. So insert your hook and then grab your yarn and then just pull it through the loop. So we have our first slip stitch. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through even the next loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through all the loops. You pull through this stitch first and then the loop that was on the hook, okay? So these are called slip stitches. So we have to make 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So this is the lower part of the sweater, the ribbed part. So we're making it to be ribbed, so it is slip stitches, and then from here onwards these are 10 slip stitches, and then from here onwards we're going to make single crochets. So insert your hook, and then you have two loops on the hook. So instead of just going into this loop like we were doing with the slip stitches, you're going to yarn over again and then pull through all the two loops, okay? So that is single crochet. So you grab your yarn, you have two loops on the hook, and then yarn over, pull through all the two loops. So go ahead and make 65 single crochets, okay? Because we had 75, we changed 75 and we have already made 10 slip stitches. So I'm almost at the end of this row and the very last. So that is the first row. Moving to the next row, we're going to chain 1, turn your work, and then now we're going to work on the back loops only. So here are the back loops and here are the front loops. So we're going to work single crochets in the back loops only. So the very first back loop is this one here. Don't forget to, it's very easy to forget about it. And then you make single crochet in the back loop, so it is going to create a ribbing effect. So I am about to reach this point here, and I forgot to tell you that if you are a beginner, you need to use stitch markers, because it's very difficult to find out where you need to stop from this end. Okay, so we're going to count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So we have the 10th one here. So this is the 10th one. You need to place a stitch marker there for easy work. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue with the single crochets, and then the very last, not the last one actually, the second last, this is the last single crochet. Okay, so from here we need to be making slip stitches, right? So you make your first slip stitch and make it all the way. So remember, don't do very tight stitches, because it will be difficult to get through these ones. In the back loops only, making slip stitches in the back loops only. So we are in the very last stitch. So what we're going to do, we're not going to go into this one like we're going through the rest of these ones. We're going to go through the whole loop. So ensure that it is a whole loop. Okay, and then I make a slip stitch and then chain one and turn my work. So again we're going to count 10, we're going to do 10 slip stitches. So in the very first one, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So you have 10 slip stitches. From now onwards we're going to be making single crochets. Okay, so so it is here that you need to put a stitch marker here, the 10th one, so that when you come back you just go ahead and make slip stitches. It will make the work easier for you. Okay, so this is the pattern that we're going to do throughout. We're working in the back loops only, we're making single crochets, and then in the ribbed part we're making, actually it is all ribbed, the whole pattern is ribbing. So we're going to make a ribbing effect on the upper part. We're going to be making single crochets, and then the lower part we're making slip stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and make mine, and then I'll let you know how many I have done. So guys, this first step is very important, because we're going to use it in the back panel and the front panel, the two front panels. Okay, so because it has the same height, they both have the same height, and we are working across, right? So we're going to do this for the back panel, and then for the front panel we're going to make it shorter. We're not going, you see the width is less, but the length is pretty much the same, right? So check on this, guys. Wow, the ribbing effect is so beautiful. I love it. Look at this. You see? So this is how I have reached this point and I'm still continuing. This is how it should look like. So this is the back panel. The back panel has 44 rows when you count this way, 1 2 3 4, but in actual it has 88 rows. So that is 44 times 2, we get 88 rows, and this is how it looks like. This is the back panel. So these are the two front panels. They are each of them have 19 rows, that is 38 rows in actual. So look at the cuffs. Yeah, these are the the two front panels. So to make the sleeves, we're going to make a slip knot. You know the drill, right? So it's pretty much the same thing as the back and the front panels, but now the height is going to be different. We're going to do 60, so we're going to chain 60. The foundation chain of the sleeves is going to be 60, while that of the panels was 75. So we have 60. The foundation chain is 60, so we chain one more, and then start doing the slip stitches. This time round we're doing 6 slip stitches, so that is 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So we have 6 slip stitches, and then we're going to start making single crochets. So ensure if you are going to have a hard time counting this one or counting the stitches, just place a stitch marker in the sixth stitch here, so that when you come back it will be easier when you're in the next row. So just going to go with single crochets till the end of this row. So the very last single crochet here, and then chain one, and then turn your work, and in the back loops only you're going to make single crochets again until you reach the point where you're supposed to be doing slip stitches. So go ahead. So I'm almost at the end, but because I'm not using a stitch marker, I'm just going to count 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So here is where I'm going to start making slip stitches. So that means I have only left two single crochets. So it will be very easy if you use stitch markers, so please do use stitch markers. So we have 1 2 3 4. Remember, you're working on the back loops only. 5 and 6. So the 6th one, we're doing what you are doing on the back panels. We just pick the whole loop. So the very last one, you pick the whole loops and then make a slip stitch, and then we are done. And now to move to the next row, we're just going to chain 1 and continue with the slip stitches. So we start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we have 6, and then we're going to move on to the single crochets in the back loops only. So continue making the other rows. So guys, this is the full sleeve that I have done, and I'm going to stop at this point. So these are 30 rows, as in when I count 1, 2, 3, 4, they are 30. Okay, so but in actual they have 60 rows. Okay, that is times 2. So times 2, we have 60 rows. So this is the full sleeve, and this is how it looks like. Oh my god, so beautiful. So these are the 2 front panels plus the back panel, and that's a wrap. So the only thing remaining is attaching the sleeves to the sweater. So the only thing remaining is attaching these parts of the sweater. Okay, so guys, this is how the sweater is going to look like. These are the sleeves, the 2 front panels, the back panel, and the other sleeve. So first of all, I'm going to place stitch markers for the sleeves, this side and this side, this side and this side, and then I'll seam this part here, and also this side here. So the right sides are facing each other. This one is the right side, and this one is the right side, so they are facing each other this way. So I'm going to attach this point here. So I'm just going to align them and ensure that each row is stitched with its row. Okay, so this is the first row, this is the first row. So first make a slip knot, and then now we attach. I'm just going to attach these points on the wrong side. This is the wrong side where I am going to seam. I'm going to weave this part. So I'm going to attach this part here using single crochets. So in each row I'm going to place 1 single crochet. So whatever you do, just make sure that they are aligned with each other. So I am weaving in these points as I go. So guys, this is what I mean by you have to ensure that they are aligned with each other. So you see, when I count this side here until this point. It has 19 rows. That is when I'm counting the hips. So 19 rows, and the front panel was also 19 rows, so that is perfect. So go ahead and do the same thing that you did here on this other side with the other front panel. Okay, so guys, I have gone ahead and attached this part here with single crochets. So these are the same. So I'm going to count 30. This is the part where the sleeve is going to be, right? So I'm going to just count 30 and place stitch markers on each side, this side and this side. Okay, so I have counted 30 both the sides and placed the stitch markers for the sleeves. So we are going to attach this side here with the slip stitches. So first of all, we're going to make a slip knot, and then go into the very first stitch, and then we grab this yarn here and bring it through the stitch. So this side here I'm using the back loops only. So you chain one and then into the next stitch with the back loops, you make a slip stitch. Oops, let me repeat that again. So you make a slip stitch. So this is the first row of this panel. So you make a slip stitch into the next, and in the back loops of this side, and then make a slip stitch in the back loops, and then make a slip stitch. So I'm ensure I am weaving in these left out parts as I go. So let's continue doing that until I reach this point here, and then I'll show you how I attach the sleeves from this point. Remember we counted 30 and 30 also. So guys, I have reached this point and removed the stitch markers, so I'm just going to go ahead and attach the sleeves. So first of all guys, I am going to look to find the wrong side of this sleeve, because I need to attach the wrong side. So this is the wrong side, so I'm going to attach it together, and so each stitch I will attach with each row of the sleeves. Okay, so one row will mean 60 rows, right? So the middle part here is 30 rows. So I have placed the stitch marker part of the sleeves. Very first row I'm going to attach with the first stitch and make a slip stitch. So I'm going to attach them using a slip stitch. So guys, I have reached the middle point of the sleeves. That means that I am in row 30. So I'm just going to go ahead and also attach the other side. The other side is also 30 rows and 30 stitches, so each row for each stitch. Okay, so go ahead and attach until we reach this point here. I have reached the last stitch and the last row. I have just made a slip stitch. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to attach this part, the part of the sleeves together. So I'm just going to attach this part here, this side of the sleeve. So the very first stitch here with the very first stitch of this side, you need to ensure that they are very aligned with each other. So this is the first stitch for both sides, and then I'm just going to make a slip stitch. So moving to the next stitch, make a slip stitch, and then the next, so you see how the borderline looks. So we started from this point on the panels, and then we came to all round. We came all round, and now we are on the sleeves. So I'm almost at the end of these sleeves. So at this point here, I have picked all the stitches, all the loops. So this is how it looks like. So I'm just going to cut off my yarn. So I'll weave in these ends later on. So let me show you how it looks like on the inside, on the right side. So you see, This is the part of the shoulder and the sleeves. Yeah, so that is how I have done it. So you can see the seams over here. So with that done, you're going to do this other side the exact same way like you've done this part here. So you go ahead and do that. Let me also do the rest and then I'll show you how it turns out. Alright, so guys, I am done weaved in the ends and this is the other side. So pretty much this sweater is done. I'm just going to do some single crochets all around. So I'm going to go ahead and do single crochets all around here. So you can either leave this sweater this way, you can either leave it this way or place a button here like this, or a zipper. It's your choice what you decide on, but mine, I'm going to leave it this way. So that's it for today, people. I have enjoyed making this video and I love the results of this cardigan. So please do subscribe, like, comment and share with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video if you turn on the notification bell. Bye bye.